Yes, people, you don't know, it's our wet and rainy Sunday, but the last of the reel is back again. And you know, from you hear the voice, a man like Zian alongside the people's favorite.
What's up, peeps?
Yeah. JRP, what's up? What's up?
But there, I know we get little rain down my side, but not too heavy.
Same here. Well, right now, a heavy rain. Crazy rain.
You say you can draw out your boat.
Brother, I tell you, Wally for swim around. But people, you don't know, it's another Premier League Sunday, another Premier League roundup.
You another interested one.
Oh God, man. And from the man them here, the tone of our voice, them know say, yeah, things not go so well for this weekend.
Another disappointed weekend.
But we're not gonna start off with Arsenal business because we don't want to say we bias as usual. We're gonna jump straight into the last game of the Sunday. Manchester City versus Aston Villa. Routine. I think that was a routine win for Man City.
Yeah, man. They did business. And
I mean, I was hoping Villa could possibly do something, but
not with Emery.
Honestly,
not Emery. Emery side either win by a big margin or lose by a big margin.
Typical.
Yeah.
And City, at no point in time, City never really looking threat of losing this game.
Nah.
I mean, Villa had some chances. But
yeah. Mr. Leon Bailey. Guilty.
Yeah, man. What else is new? What else is new?
But Watkins with another goal this week again.
Yeah, man. Watkins is secretly on some good form, you know. Nobody really talk about him, but he's on good form.
Yeah, man. Quietly going about doing his business.
Yeah, man. And from Emery come and put him and Bailey up front, the change actually helped him out big time. And I think this is Emery's first away loss out of 4.
Yes.
I mean, not a bad record.
And they're coming up against the defending champion.
Exactly. With all that firepower. No, the thing is, the defending champions, after this win, you know, they are 3 points behind Arsenal with and Arsenal has a game in hand. But you know, Wednesday is gonna be the big showdown.
Yeah, Wednesday will be like a finals, but looking at today's match, City, like I said, routine win. They came up, they made light work of Aston Villa. Mahrez isn't even at his best game, but he managed to score a goal and he managed to assist as well.
And that's the scary thing with Man City, you know. Even when they're not at their best, they look dangerous.
Yeah. Haaland came off in the pretty much when the second half was starting. We're hearing that there's some injury. I don't know how truthful that is. You know, that could be Pep playing mind game, but who knows?
Typical Pep.
Yeah. But like I said, the players, some of Manchester City players weren't at their best, like even De Bruyne as well.
Even De Bruyne.
Yeah. Missing today.
Hopefully they're all missing come Wednesday.
Hope. Can only hope.
But without further ado, we have a slide across the next side of Manchester and look upon the Manchester United and Leeds game.
Splendid win by Manchester United. Splendid.
Yes. But first of all, I want to say it's the CM all news for Leeds. They're the better team, but still can't get it across the line.
Run out of steam in the end.
Yeah, man, because seriously, they played Manchester United. They had the better chances. They played better in the first half, second half. They just couldn't be as clinical. And they
just
ran out
like
of
that,
steam.
Football is a cruel game. Because we all thought this would have ended in a 0-0 draw, but Rashford came up with another goal and led Manchester United to a win.
And the thing is, the killer blow, it was 2 goals in 5 minutes.
Double whammy.
And the Garnacho goal.
Splendid.
Yeah, man, he took his goal really well.
And Weghorst is not scoring, but this is another assist by him again.
Exactly. I guess he's found his role in the
Yeah, he did. He did. He's finding his role. He's holding up play, he's distributing the ball well. He's a big target man, so at times they can swing that ball up in the air for him.
exactly. But you know what's funny? When Vegas is in on the field, they don't put in as much crosses into the box
You
as
think
when
that would
he's
have
not.
been plan A?
Exactly. You think that would be plan A. And then when he's not on the field, you play a normal ball game.
Yeah, but totally different game plan.
I guess, man, Ten Hag knows what's working for Man.
Keeping the opponent thinking.
Yeah. And I mean, it's getting really close now, no man.
Yeah,
It's
Manchester United is on 46 points right now.
Yeah, man. It's really close.
Things are getting sticky.
So the next game we want to look on at the Bournemouth Newcastle game.
Surprising result.
And what's crazy is another draw for Newcastle.
Is another draw. Newcastle going to a draw in period.
I tell you, and you know what's crazy? It was a dominant first half by Bournemouth, I mean,
Surprising.
absolutely dominant. Scored, took the lead, but at the very last minute, lapse in concentration, kick in.
Yeah.
Almiron find the goal, and it was
Yes.
sucker punch.
He's been on deadly form of late, even though he has been quiet in the last couple of games.
Yeah,
But if you want the ball to fall at the right person's foot, it's this man.
True. But still, even with the draw, Newcastle still sit pretty comfortably in fourth.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the league right now, because when you look, Tottenham, who's the closest behind them, is on 39 points, and Brighton is on 35. And Tottenham did lose over the weekend as well.
Right. So things are working out in Newcastle's favor. But
yeah, I keep saying they're lucky.
Yeah, they're very lucky. Very lucky. Because even though Bournemouth did ride their luck a little bit, because their goalkeeper Neto, when he spilled the ball at the foot of garden, we thought, okay, here you go.
This was it.
This is it. But then down the other end, Trippier basically saved Newcastle by clearing that ball off the line.
And that's what he does best.
And what can I say? Newcastle, they keep drying, but they just keep rooted firmly in fourth.
Living dangerously, and they have some pretty good fixtures coming up.
Yes.
And they need to get in form.
I mean, I think the fixture run should work in their favor, but you think February is affecting a lot of teams where they're getting tired because we see
running out of steam.
Yeah, man, a few teams dropping off and finding a little hiccup in this month.
But the good thing for Newcastle is that they are not losing.
That is it. While others around them are losing, they're not losing.
Yeah. Their next opponent is Liverpool. We don't know what Liverpool is coming with, but that should be an interesting one.
Yeah, we don't know which Liverpool this is, because you remember the last meeting with them on Liverpool?
Yes.
Punch right at the end. So, who to tell it might be some revenge or another sucker punch right at the end.
Who knows?
We'll look on a real sucker punch. Southampton versus Wolves.
Wolves going about their business.
Yeah, man. The new manager bunk still has gone.
And they're scoring.
And they're scoring. That is the difference between this Wolves and the previous regime. This Wolves is actually scoring.
Yes.
But what crazy, is the main thing that stood out for me in this game was the rough tackles. Yeah,
it was quite physical.
Yeah, man, this was a real physical dog fight. Or Wolves fight, I should say.
And Wolves came out as the winner.
But my thing is, the Wolves player, Lemina, he picked up a first yellow card for silly tackle and then got himself sent off by charging down on the ref. And he must have said something to the ref, because that's the silliest red card I've ever seen.
Oftentimes I wonder why players keep charging down on referees.
I mean, it makes no sense.
Exactly, because a ref will not change his mind based on what you
Exactly.
said.
Exactly.
I have never seen a ref change his mind and said, oh, you have a point there, you know.
Bro, even if the ref is wrong, as we've seen, the ref not changing mind.
No, the ref will never change his mind. And players need to learn from this, that stop charging on the referee and in the referee face as much as the decision may be wrong or you're not in agreement with it.
And the FA even come out and said, if you charge down on the referee, you may end up with a yellow card. So to get your sent off like this, man, it was really silly.
And it was embarrassing.
And the worst thing, it was not only silly and embarrassing, but he put his team under a lot of pressure because they were 1-0 down and now 10 men down.
Mm-hmm.
So
Didn't make any sense.
It never made no sense. Right? No, the only thing that really worked in Wolves' favor, apart from a good finish at the end, was that they were really, really wasteful. Southampton were wasteful, but
and a team that's sitting at the bottom of the table should not be wasteful.
Cannot afford to be wasteful like that because they dominated the game, they had the man advantage, they had the goal advantage, and then let it slip. I mean, the Bednarik own goal was really unfortunate because he couldn't start it.
Just one of those situations.
Yeah, but to actually let the game slip, to leave with not even a point, yeah, that was awful. Especially when you're at the foot of the table and need every point.
It's a long, long, long road ahead for Southampton.
I'm telling you. But the next game is a Crystal Palace Brighton game, which was another scrappy affair.
I'd expect Brighton to win this one, but I would say that I was thinking that hey, I'm selling Crystal Palace a little bit short because on their day they can be very difficult.
True, that is true. And what stood out to me that is in this game, VAR actually got it right with disallowing Estepinia's goal.
VAR actually get it right. Wow.
VAR actually get it right. That was one of the standing points of me, that they got it right. Now, the next thing is Guaita. Guaita was in top form in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I can say single-handedly saved Crystal Palace today.
Yeah. And that's what you want to play to do. Turn up on the day.
Exactly. Turn up on the day. But on the other hand, though, is opposite number, Sanchez, caused a big blunder for the equalizer.
Sanchez is known for that, Can be very good on his day, and then can be, let's say, like this.
Lapse of concentration.
Definitely.
Because the man basically had the ball in his hand, almost unchallenged, and drop it.
Yeah.
And literally drop it.
I mean, that as a professional player, you shouldn't be doing that. But when you look at all of Brighton players, pretty much all had a good game.
That is true. Pretty much all of them had a good game.
Yeah, except for, like I said, the blunder that Sanchez made. I'm pretty sure he won't be sleeping comfortable over the weekend.
No. And surprisingly enough, Mitoma didn't score in this game.
Surprisingly enough, right?
Now, Sully March did score though, which makes it his 5th goal in 7 games. He's a next one quietly going about his business too.
And that's our next one. That's our next one that is popping up on the radar. Could be an next Brighton player out as well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, once Brighton players start doing things, the big teams are coming in.
Yeah, and like I said, he's doing good work right now.
Definitely. No, the one that we've all been waiting for. The ones that I want to hear what anybody listening has to say. You think VAR made a mistake? You think this was referee blunder? Arsenal versus Brentford. Bro, how do you feel about that one?
All right. Starting on the VAR. The VAR, the VAR, the VAR. How can you forget to draw the offside line?
And the biggest point of your job, that, you know?
That is just embarrassing.
Bro, that drawing the offside line is like driving a car without a key. It just doesn't work.
You could see visually that this player is offside. I say, all right, okay, this player is offside. Now put in the lines to make it sure.
Yeah. Yeah. If you did need the glasses, because there were two players offside. One was tight, one was obvious. So let's say you didn't need the glasses and you didn't need assistant. Put in the lines them. That's what they do that all the time. And you forget to put in the lines.
And what are the consequences now of this official?
I don't think there's any consequences. There have never been consequences for officials. And we've seen this too many times. No, because this definitely cost us 3 points and 3 important points too.
And it was this bad over the weekend that the referee body actually came out and addressed the error that took place in Arsenal match and Brighton game, and there was one at Chelsea as well.
Yes. No, it was so bad where I've seen former players that never really speak too kindly about Arsenal, like the Shaka Hislaps, and to name one or two, come out and say that this was basically daylight robbery.
It is
basically rob Arsenal. So I don't know what the FA expect, but something has to happen, bro. It cannot continue.
But that goal should have been disallowed.
Big time. Big time. You cannot have 2 clear players, let's say 1 clear player offside. Look, offside is a simple thing like this, All right, let's check the goal scorer. Was he offside? The goal scorer, he isn't offside. All right. Let's check who made the assist. Was he offside? Yes. Who made the assist was offside. It done. Simple as. The man them said them forgot to draw the line.
Yeah, and that was an embarrassing point.
Yeah, man. And it's like sorry, but not sorry. Rubbing salt in the wound, basically.
Yes, that's rubbing salt in our wound. But apart from the blunder that VAR made, we ourselves put ourselves in a difficult situation.
Yeah. I don't know if the February curse is real.
Seem very real.
I don't know if the starting 11 just needs to, get a little shake up.
Freshen up as well.
Yeah, freshen up and,
But not much confidence is on certain people that sit on the bench.
That is the problem. That is the problem. We've said this many times, our bench needs a lot of reinforcement.
I'm expecting to see some changes come Wednesday. Possibly 2. Ben White possibly will get a break, and Martinelli will. I think Martinelli will definitely get a break.
You see, I think if Martinelli starts, then it should be Kieran Tierney behind him. Somebody that is a traditional left back. Somebody that will,
I don't see Arteta doing that.
Neither do I.
Playing a traditional
not against City. But
not against City.
Again, we don't know. All I can say is it's February. Arsenal fans out there listening, don't give up hope. We just have to stay strong and let's do it against City on Wednesday.
Hope. No, we can't lose hope. And to me, I would play Zizenko over the weekend. Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because he was one of our better players on the day.
Yes, he was. He
was the person that was driving our attack majority of the time. He was look like something would happen when he has the ball.
And honestly, Trossard is showing that, yes, I need a start.
Yes, I would give Trossard the start over Martinelli come Wednesday because, in fairness, Martinelli was one of our poorest player.
Yeah, Martinelli's form has dipped a little.
Has dipped significantly. Because when you look, he was much livelier than against Everton.
Real lively.
But it still falls short.
Yeah, I mean, we dominate possession.
No, yeah, we dominate heavily. We kept the ball.
Everything. But finishing wise, we just need to get back to that rootlessness. And hopefully Gabriel Jesus, his return or his immediate return can prompt Eddie Nketiah to start fire again.
From what we're hearing, possible March. So let's hope
end the month, early March.
Hope until then we can manage to weather this storm. If we can keep City at bay come Wednesday, that will be
back in our court.
Exactly, and we'll just push on from there.
Yes, definitely.
But we need a positive result of Wednesday.
Yeah, I agree. But we're not spend too much time on yourself and drown with sorrows. We're going to look at our North London neighbors.
Shocking.
Oh my. No.
Shocking.
What I don't understand is how do you move from beating Manchester City to losing like this to Leicester City?
And losing heavily as well.
Oh gosh, man. Hey, listen, it could have been 5, if VAR ruled out. Hey, VAR made a numerous number of calls, man. They ruled out so many goals over the weekend. Yes, some of them rightly, some of them very tightly, and some of them, the ones that they allowed were wrongful.
Yeah, we have to give credit where credit is due. They got some right.
Some right.
And then the ones that they got wrong was just really cost some
bad.
team.
But this never cost Leicester City at all, because
credit to Leicester City, Ian Nacho, Barnes, Madison, Mendy, they all came out firing.
And this is the second game in a row where Leicester City has scored 4 and have 4 different people scoring.
I guess Leicester City is slowly finding form.
They're finding momentum, and it's pushed them up in the table,
And that is what remember we keep saying, so if a team can just put a run from the relegation a 5 win, it'll put them in a great spot.
You remember when Leicester City was sitting like second to last, 19th,
and it looked
they're
dim.
now sitting 13th,
and it looked dim.
Yeah, now Leicester City.
Now things are turning around.
Yeah, and what's crazy again? This is the second game in a row where they've scored 3 in the first half. And again, they've come from a goal behind.
Things might possible come back down to earth for them because they go up against Manchester United Sunday. Theaters of Dreams, and Manchester is firing over there.
Firing, yes, definitely firing. But let's see if Leicester.
It should be an interesting one. They're riding the wave right now. Totally happy for Leicester.
Yeah,
they can pull it off.
Definitely. No, what's crazy is that this fixture, it has the reputation for the most goal in any Premier League fixture.
Right.
So I guess we shouldn't have been surprised that there was like a goal fest. But another thing I want to touch on with the Leicester game, Mendy's goal. Mendy's goal was the best at the bunch and one of the best for the weekend.
Where's a goal of the weekend?
It got beaten out by the next team that we're about to talk about, which is Fulham.
Oh yes, man, that William goal was special. William, yes. You did it.
Boy, Willian looked like him old Chelsea self again. I'm not gonna lie.
William look like he's rolling back those years. William look like him just break out on the scene and get a Brazil call up.
Yes, like a young William. First time I make the Brazil team. Fresh.
That was a thing of beauty.
Bro, after the man sell the defender and find the top bin.
Yes, man.
That
It is
was
it is
classic.
go it is go like that win you the match. That is a stunner.
Yeah, yes, yes. When you score goal, it deserve to win a game. But
And he was the best player in a Fulham jersey.
yeah, man, without a doubt. No, you think it's Mitrovic blanks again?
I never
Because
thought I would see somebody play poorer than Martinelli this week and Bailey. Mitrovic
listen,
took the
Martinelli
cake.
and Bailey.
Yeah, Mitrovic took the cake this week.
Come on.
Literally, that was a poor showing by
Mitrovic was
Mitrovic.
awful, 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 awful.
This look like the Mitrovic couple seasons back when Fulham got promoted in the league
Promoted and relegated.
and get relegated. This was I think this is the poorest I've seen Mitrovic in a long while.
Come on, definitely. He's on a bad run.
A very bad run.
And the good thing though still is even though he's not really on any farm, Fulham are up to 7th.
The good thing, Zane, is that others are stepping up, like the Willian,
Yes,
and scoring.
Andreas, so Fulham look good.
Yeah, they like I said, they're up to 7. They're 11 points with Brighton. I mean,
You think they can get Europe?
very possible. I think Brentford, Fulham, Brighton, Tottenham, and Newcastle all fighting for a European spot, whether it's Champions League or Europa League or Conference League.
Hey, it sounds crazy that the team like Liverpool who plays tomorrow they're not in the conversation when it comes to fighting for a European spot.
They're not. That is how far behind they are falling.
Don't get me wrong, they can put a good run of farm together, but
it's possible.
It's possible. And another team, the team we're going to look at now is Chelsea and West Ham. Chelsea, they're another team that may not make Europe because they sit in ninth, right? And 31 points, 2 more than Liverpool. But Liverpool have 2 games in hand.
Yeah, and it depends on which Liverpool come out and win and play in those 2 games.
Exactly.
And like I've said last week, the previous week, and many weeks before that, Chelsea miss Felix, and he's the one player that they need in his side right now. And so said it, he turned up and score.
Listen, man, Felix looked amazing in the Chelsea team. I'm not gonna lie. He looked like the perfect fit.
Perfect fit. Tell you what is not the perfect fit right now. Cucurella.
Yep, Madrid.
And Madrid. That relationship is just not working at the moment.
No. Because again, Madrid looked last game, right? The whole over that side for Chelsea looked last.
Couple time well, Cucurella could have passed Madrid the ball, and he tend to go a different route for whatever reason.
And that's what I was gonna ask, if you think it's an issue between the two of them.
I'm no wondering if it's an issue, because there's a post on Twitter that's making the round that Modric like that Cucurella doesn't pass him the ball but willing to pass the other players, and Modric like that post.
Oh dang. And you know how Modric is a social media feed.
Yeah, he pretty much he's always on social media. He's always posting and basically saying what's on his mind.
If he likes a post like that, you think Cucurella go pass him the ball in the next game?
I mean, let's see, because Magic have this thing about him like Alan, where he's always running into good position. And if you have a player running into good position, he just needed to feed him that ball, because Cucurella and Magic, they both operate on the same wing. That's a partnership right there.
No, but the thing is, he hasn't settled in yet. But man like Enzo Fernandez, he slotted in perfectly because he set up the Felix goal, and he seems like he's another one that fits perfectly.
And that's just the nature of different personnel in Zane. You have some person that just don't need much time. Them just hit the ground running.
True.
Some man are just baller from day one. In no
True.
matter the league, in no matter the team, in no matter the formation.
Once
Put
they
them in
touch.
and them just start play ball.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
And to be fair to Modric, it's not like he's having poor games.
No. He's trying, but again, without the ball, what much can you do?
What much
No.
you can do. Exactly.
With Chelsea spoiled for so much talent, and with such a big team.
Massive team.
It's funny that it was a former player in Emerson that turned up and spoiled the party.
And rightfully so.
Because listen, Chelsea started the game and strolled the first 20 to 25 minutes. Because I think they had 2 offside goals in the first 20 minutes with Joe Felix offside. But after that, after the first 20, 25 minutes, West Ham started coming back in the game.
Coming back into the game, yeah.
That's where the equalizer came in, and that's where Chelsea failed to kill the game.
Failed to kill a game. And in fairness, this was a much better performance by Chelsea, by pretty much all the players as well.
Yes,
Came
definitely.
out and put in a solid performance.
Yes, this was an improved performance for real. But what I can say is VAR didn't only rob Arsenal over the weekend, they robbed Chelsea as well.
Big time.
Because that handball or that penalty claim, when I first saw it, in real life or, on TV, whatever, I thought, well, maybe the ball hit his knee. But then when they started showing the replay, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely a penalty. To hear that maybe his hand was in a natural position because he was falling, bro, that, right? To see that and checked it so quickly, that made no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
I want to know if the Chelsea fans are, infuriated as much as we are this weekend with VAR and how much it has cost each team.
It is frustrating to watch. Big time by us fans.
Big time. So Chelsea fans, if you're listening, just leave it in the comment. How frustrated are you with VAR this weekend?
As an Arsenal fan, I am very frustrated to see this happening week in, week out. The English Premier League is possibly one of the richest leagues in the world.
Yeah, man. It's touted that it's also the best league in the world. So,
and then when their official is making below par result like this, it just dropped the standard of the game.
Exactly.
And then these refs will just only sit out maybe 2 games, and then that's it.
Right back in.
And right back in. There should be major consequences, especially when there's a history and a particular referee.
Yes, and I'm going to say it again. Wenger had said it. But when Wenger said it, everyone came out for Wenger and wanting blood.
And then, Zane, what is painful? The technology is there, and the technology is not being used right.
Exactly.
How does that make sense?
And you're going to hear human error.
How does that make sense? How you forget for draw offside line?
Yeah. How can you not review from different angles to see a penalty, a clear penalty? Chelsea fans and Arsenal fans must be fuming this weekend. I'm not gonna lie.
We don't want, when the season is over, then you look and say, what? If six error go against Arsenal, make this 4 go against Chelsea, so they miss out on top 4. This and that and yada yada. No. Error should be minimal.
That is it. You remember when VAR was coming in and a lot of people say, hey, we don't want VAR.
I was excited
because we thought, yes, it's going to eliminate human error.
Oh boy, we were wrong.
Tell you. But people, again, leave it in the comments. How did your team get on?
And they definitely need to review it come in the new season.
I agree.
And especially the other thing that they should look at is time wasting as well. Too much time wasting happening.
Yes.
And then you're not getting the right additional time at the end of the game.
Because that's happening in our game as well. No, the thing is, it was put to the FA to adopt the strategy that the World Cup did, but the FA turned it down, right? I don't know if it's pride. I don't know why, but
boy,
that is something that you should adapt. If a team is wasting time, and when they look, they see 10 minutes go up at the end of the first half. When they're getting tired, they don't want that 10 minutes to go up at the end of the second half.
Especially if they're leading 1-0 or they're 11 points.
Exactly. Right? So I definitely think that is something that the FA should adopt. Stop being old and rigid. Right? Move with times. You're already making human errors when the technology is there. Review the technology and move with the times. The World Cup was so successful. Why wouldn't you adapt the things that they implemented?
Simple as that. Give back the time that was wasted, whether it's substitution, whether it's play acting, whether it's injury, whatever. Most of the time in the EPL, it tend to be time wasting.
And another thing too, bro, the VAR technology in the World Cup, the way they deemed things offside was perfect and way quicker than what the EPL is working with.
The EPL, I'm taking like up to 5 minutes to make one decision.
Yeah. Right? And we see it in the World Cup, it never take 30 seconds. Right? The man, them never did that take out a ruler and protractor for draw a line. They basically had a 3D image that showed, all right, the knees offside, the head's offside. Come on, EPL, it need to do better.
And the English Premier League just can't afford lines. And then the official forget to use the line. So imagine if you give them the 3D object. Probably you might hear so the computer never boot up.
Software never loaded. I tell you, bro, that one is a next one. It's something else.
VAR spoil the weekend. But anyway, people just make you know what's going on.
Yeah, big time. Like we always say, whether it's a victory or a defeat or a draw, we take it on the chin and we move on.
Simple as that.
Come on. So people, like usual, we wish everybody a pleasant Sunday, or whenever you listen to this, a blessed day. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, smash the button there.
Mash you up.
Always walk good.
And good up, follow you.